Another time I was coming back from Melbourne. Been down there on business for the day. And I was in business class, of course. So they ushered me into my seat. And there's a guy sitting in the aisle seat. I had the window. And I sat down. And he said, "How you going?" And I looked at him. I knew who he was straight away. It was Ian Turpie, who had a national television show in Australia. It was on about 5 nights a week, I think. Anyway, so he said, "How you going?" I said, "Good." "What's your name?" He says, "Keith." I said, "What's yours?" He looked at me absolutely stunned. He says, "Don't you know me?" I says, "No, I don't think so. Don't recall meeting you before." He said, "I've got a national television show. It's on every night." He said, 5 nights a week. He said, around 5:30 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. or something. I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What's it called?" He said, "The Price is Right." "Oh, okay. And you don't know me?" I says, "No." Well, his hand shot out. And he said, "You have no idea." He said, "People gawk at me, look at me. I'm in a restaurant, they want my autograph, they want to talk to me, I can't go to a supermarket." He said, "If I walk down the street," he said, "people recognise me. And I get on a plane, there you are, you don't know who I am." No idea at all. And he said, "This is great." He said, "What are you drinking?" I said, "Bourbon and Coke." So he says, "2 bourbon and Cokes, thanks," to the flight attendant. So while we were sitting there, he said, "Oh, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm putting in a new swimming pool in my new house." I said, "I used to have a swimming pool business." He said, "Right." I said, "What sort of filter are you putting in?" I said, "I'm putting in a dye or something." I said, "Diatomaceous earth." He said, "Yeah, DE filter." "Oh, okay, no, don't do that." So get yourself one of these brand new automatic sand filters and get a creepy crawly pool cleaner, which was your invention in those days. So he said, "Okay, thanks for all the info." I said, "Yeah, no worries at all. Never saw him for some time." So possibly, it might have been 5 or 8 years later, I'm right up the North Shore in the Pittwater with a bunch of my boat mates. We all had big boats. Mine was 44 foot. And we're all rafted up outside the Newport Arms Hotel on a Saturday afternoon with our girls and our friends. There was probably, maybe 20 of us, I guess. It was about 4 or 5 boatloads. And one of the girls says, "Don't look now, but look who's sitting over there, Ian Turpie." I said, "I went to school with him." My mate says, "No, you never. You never mentioned him before." I said, "I never mentioned a lot of things before. I went to school with him." Me and Turp said, "We're like that." That's bullshit. No, really, I did. I went to school with him. I know him really, really well. So with that, he hopped up and he was walking past our table and he saw me. And he said, "How you going, Keith?" And he come over and he shook my hands. He said, "How you going, girls?" They're all going, "Oh." He said, "I haven't seen you for a long time." I says, No. I said, "I think it was, a long time ago." He said, "I took your advice. Remember that all those years ago and with the filter and all that?" I said, "Yeah." I said, He said, I did what you said. Best thing I did is, it's still working today. It must be 10 years later or something, I said, "Okay, yeah, great." Anyway, I said, "See you later." So when I said, "Yeah," so I said, I went to school with her. We're pretty close mates. And all my mates are sitting there and they're shaking their heads in disbelief. So with that, we jumped in our boat, so we went back to our mooring, all rafted up, we're having a party. Anyhow, one of the guys said, "Leslie," he said, "I can't believe," he said, "my wife has not shut up since we got back about you knowing Ian Turpie, a famous Australian, television star." I said, "I don't know him at all." So "What do you mean? You shook hand, you knew your name and everything?" I said, "No, I met him on a plane coming back from Melbourne one time and, he remembered me for some reason." So yeah, so that was the story of Mr. Terps. Until next time.